Oh, you were away on vacation?
Well, I wouldn't say I was away on vacation, but I wasn't working.
Yeah.
I-
Speaker working? All right, we're recording now. You can go ahead and start up, Lisa. Uh, Randy Wilford, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can.
Bill?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, it's Monday, December 8th at 6 p.m. I'd like to call the Mountain Lakes District Commissioners meeting to order. First item is roll call.
Bob Long's here.
And Lisa Edwards is here. All right, approval of minutes. I'll take a minute, look at the November 10th, 2025 minutes. When we're ready, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, district business. Approval of the manifests. I'd like to make a motion to approve the manifest for November 10th.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Hello,
Howdy, howdy. Well, brave souls.
What else are you gonna do on a cold night?
I love this weather. I don't know. I could think of better things. I live in this weather. Okay.
Here we're making ice.
All right, district business. Second bullet, discussion regarding the status of upgrading our accounting software. I'll take that one.
Yep.
We signed an agreement with Intuit since this last meeting, so that is all ready to go. They'll be assigning the Intuit specialist to us in the next 48 hours, and we will start to go through the conversion process. So, although I would have loved to have had a full 4 weeks to do it, I think we can do it in 3. So the goal is to have it up and running on January 1st, or January 2nd. Any questions?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm having a hard time hearing that microphone.
Ah, okay.
Sorry.
Shout. Can you hear me now, Randy?
It's still kind of soft.
Okay. Let me try to turn up the volume. Okay. Any better, Randy?
Not really.
Yeah.
Bob's microphone was fine, but that one doesn't seem to be working.
Okay.
That's because I'm closest to the speaker, Randy.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Well,
gotta get it set up to put this thing right in the middle of the.
Yeah. I'll project in this direction.
Thank you.
Next item is review of the White Mountain proposal. So White Mountain Accounting is one of 3 accounting firms that we spoke to take over all of the bookkeeping for Mountain Lakes District, including payroll processing, accounts payable, all the year-to-date, all the budgeting, and we had 3 companies. One did actually not give us a formal quote. That was Keeler Accounting in Littleton. Apple Tree Accounting came in with a quote of $1,500 per month and $1,280 setup fee per Mountain Lakes company. And remember, we're going to set up 2. And then White Mountain Accounting came in with a quote of $1,000 per month with no setup fee. And they are actually certified in QuickBooks software, where the other 2 were not. So after having a meeting with them and reviewing their formal proposal, which is in the packet, I'd like to make a motion to bring on White Mountain Accounting to actually do our bookkeeping for us. Any discussion?
No, I've gone through the packet and I think it's, you look at, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. It'll be a work in progress with them.
Yep.
It seems like it'd be a good company to work with, so, yeah. I'm good with it.
in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alright. Maintenance update.
Okay, there's not much of a maintenance update, we've had our computers have been down here for the weekend and, most of today, they just come back up, about an hour ago. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the ice skating rink, we had that reconstructed, they had, they kind of leveled the whole thing off, put down, 8 inches of, 1-inch, stay pack, and then they put on top of that, 4x6s, to outline the rink, and that's approximately 50 by 100, it's a little bit under that. Then they put, some 3/4 inch stay pack in, or 1/2 inch stay pack in the inside of that, camped it down, packed it all down, and, so we've just gotta get a plastic, thing to put in there. Instead of using the liner, which is just a miserable mess, we're just gonna put plastic down, and we think this is gonna work out extremely well. That's, skating rink, should be up and running over the next week or so. And this really hasn't been much other things, going on as far as the water and stuff, all the projects that we talked about those at the last meeting. So that's it on maintenance. If anybody's got any specific questions on anything,
The only question I have about the ice rink is, we took out some of the mortar in it, and I just don't know what, like, is the job complete right now, or are we in a progress zone with the weather, or?
we're gonna take a look at that in the spring,
Yeah,
as far as, replacing that and putting seating along it
it'd be
and
nice
stuff.
to, I mean, if it's out now.
That was always in the plan
Yeah.
to do that, but it made so much sense, and those borders are kinda crappy.
No, it'd be great to upgrade them and.
Yeah, and,
strategically have a
Yeah, we'll look
nice-
at that in the spring, and, yeah. Anybody else?
You do the edging and benches or something you do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll kind of come up with a unique design, I think, that's all. I just wasn't aware of when we were gonna do that, sounds like that here.
Alright, water committee update.
Margaret is not with us.
Oh, it's not here.
Water committee, I'll give a brief update on it, the numbers are starting to look better, as they typically do, they come down this time of the year. They're not down as much as they have been in the past, but we're probably averaging somewhere in the 24 to 28,000 a day range, and probably in the past, we've done 22 to 24. So it is down, but we have more people, more full-time homes here now, so that's what's driving up some of that. But we're not having any problems maintaining that. And we are working with Novus Engineering. They're gonna be working in the springtime with us to look at bedrock wells to increase our capacity, or the input. And we've exhausted everything as far as the shallow wells. There's just nothing in the district, because we've done that in several places, but the bedrock, we're just hoping that's gonna give us a better result. The other thing we talked about at the last water committee meeting was we're looking to put a holding tank in over at the pump house, and we're not sure on the size of it yet. We're talking 10,000, and we're gonna maybe revisit that and look at what the best size of it is, but we're looking to do a port-in-place tank over there, so that we're able to capture more of our water instead of we do it all on demand now, so we're taking the 3 sources, and Woodsville Water and Light is a larger source, but if we can pull from our sources and keep that water there, and then put it into our tank, we only have a 3,000 gallon holding tank now, so we wanna bring that up to 13,000 to 20,000 in that range, and that's gonna help drive some of the costs down.
It doubled, and I learned something new at that water meeting, which is it's gonna drive costs down in 2 ways. One, we pay for the Woodsville water, so we pay for that, and if we're sourcing free water, we would pay less for the water. But also, if we have more volume up front to have when we pump up, we would turn on our pumps probably 7 or 8 times less per day. We pay about $800 to $900 to $1,000 a month in electricity turn on and off those pumps. So if we cut that, by like 300-400% of turning on these pumps, it's also gonna cut the electricity rate over there. So it's a double fold win if we.
Yeah, and it should, because your startup on those motors, are,
Big
pretty
power.
significant.
Yeah.
And, that'll remains to be seen.
But all those pumps, you put in, VFDs, so they have soft start,
They are soft start, yes, correct.
yeah, that's efficient.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what's the time frame? You thinking a couple of years?
On a tank like that,
Next year is something we'll be looking at.
Now, the well that you're gonna use to fill your big tank you're getting, what?
The well that would, go with your credit, I'm sorry, were you talking
I
about
was just
well, or were
wondering
you talking about?
what the recovery is on that well. Is that well gonna be able to keep that tank full?
are we talking about a new one or the ones that?
The new one that you're gonna,
We don't know about the new.
We don't know about the new, what the reasoning behind this is, whether it's taken from the new well or taking, let's just go with today with what we've got.
Mhm.
We have a infiltration well, and that produces about 50%
Right.
of what we pull in.
okay,
And we have a bedrock well that produces probably about 5% or 10%.
Yeah.
8%, somewhere in that range. So those things run when the system's calling for water. So Woodsville Waterman Light is running at that time. So if we can take, and we have that tank there, we'll run the infiltration well and the bedrock well 10-15 hours a day instead of the 4 hours a day, and that's gonna fill up that holding tank, and it's gonna sit.
so
that's
those
where
wells have
saving-
the
Yeah,
volume
they
to do
yeah,
that?
we could be pulling from those wells more often, and we're not right now.
Right.
If we had more.
Well, what I'm getting at is the recovery in the well, if you've got a well that only gives you a half a gallon a minute,
Right.
is that gonna keep up with
No, we'll be
keeping?
able to, yeah.
Right, and that's all monitored, that's all stuff.
Yeah, we've already kinda calculated that if we can pull the amount of volume and store it in that tank in between each time we need to pump up.
Right, that way when you're pumping a large amount,
If that's the whole
Right.
point.
and then through the idle time, you're filling the tank back up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's just be it, but keep going. Like it's just a very important investment to consider in the near term future. It's a great way to you spend the money and you start saving right away.
Will that
Anything else?
essentially lower our water costs because we won't be using this Woodsville
There's
as much?
That's remains to be seen, that's something we look at every year,
Yep.
As we're going through the budget process right now, and we look at what the costs are, and we base it on that. We're not a revenue, generating, business from a
Right.
standpoint, or a profit generating, it's we bill what it costs us to run the system.
Gotcha.
but if we can keep costs low, at least we can keep the bill stable.
But the wells will be running more, cause you're gonna run them longer time,
That would be the idea. Yeah.
so you're gonna have a bigger electricity.
Okay, we're getting off in the weeds
It's
here,
gonna
that's all
trade-off.
technical
We'll
stuff.
have-
Yeah.
We'll have to see where it lands.
This plan, the water committee's looked at it,
Right.
John's looked at it closely, and, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
When you look at all the you can pick apart little pieces, but
Mhm.
in the totality, it's a good thing.
Anything more on the water? Alright. Planning board update, that's me. We met on November 24th, pretty, neutral agenda, nothing big, one application for a family named Carmen, we approved. Modest size house, no variance is needed, that packet was complete, so it was approved. We reviewed, the status of some of the, zoning permit tracking report items, specifically a Stansfield garage project that was closed. And then the third thing, which was a continuation of a prior meeting's discussion, was around the building permit fee structure. And where we landed and what we approved is that we're going to change the initial application period to be valid for 2 years, keeping that cost at $500. If there's a need to get a 1-year extension after those 2 years, it would be a $500 fee. And if there's another request for a extension, that would be a $1,000 fee. So that was approved. We're gonna be updating the website, all of our zoning material and whatnot for the general public, probably in the next month or so. So those were the significant items from the planning board. So, good question. Just a second, December 17th. And John Acker did mention after the meeting closed, and I'm sure it's not a secret, but he and his wife are moving out of the area. So he'll be leaving the planning board, and we were looking for new members, and Pierre has nicely volunteered that he would like to join, so we'll swear him in on the 17th. So, I'll work on you more.
Well, I can be an alternate or something.
Alright, next item, recreation committee update.
Not too much to report. I don't know if Todd, you have anything. We haven't had a meeting this month. Our special order on beanie hats and hoodies are in for pickup. We'll get an email out to people who put in those orders. Volunteer appreciation turkey dinner potluck style is January 17th of next year. So we'll put out an email for volunteers to RSVP to as well soon. That's all I have right now.
Well, we did the tree lighting,
Yeah.
and we liked the tree inside, it was nice and warm,
Yeah, it looks good in here.
and it's not gonna blow over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you used to keep it outside?
We had it right over here, and it kept blowing over, cause it's quite
And
windy,
all the weather.
yeah. So, our movie night did not go well, we didn't have any people come because there were, well, I don't know why, everybody's reason, for one thing, it was 5 degrees.
Yeah, I
There
remember
was,
that.
there were many things going on in town, including I believe a concert at one of the schools. So, and we have a living nativity at church and just different
Yeah.
things going on.
And the
So,
Was it this
robotics
past
one
month?
for kids.
This, or November?
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Just the last weekend.
last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
so, obviously it's
The,
inside.
the other thing that we've gotta look at as a board is, getting these messages out there. Across the board, I think we've had some problems with this, and, next year, we really need to take a look at, activities and how do we get the message out there, and, I think because we're just not, doing, we've gotta, this thing should be on Facebook, it should be on, the email, and I know the email, it just went out like the day before, and that's just not, we've gotta do a better job of
Yeah.
that.
That's a good idea. Do the Airbnbers have their own website you could put it on, or would they just go through Mountain Lakes and read all the activities coming up for the year?
So actually, I was on Facebook the other day, looking at pictures of my grandchildren, and noticed there is now a Mountain Lakes Airbnb Facebook page.
Okay,
So, I don't know who runs it, but
but that'll be good to connect with them, and then you can let people know when we have,
You
Yeah.
don't know who the
Activities.
owner of that is?
all year long, then they might show up.
What's the site, how would you, Mountain Lakes Airbnb?
Not under Verbo.
no.
No,
I
it's
don't
on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook, yeah.
Alright, anything more on recreation? Not, we can go to Montel.
Also, so for the next two, we had meetings postponed from the snowstorm last week, so we're gonna have our Monto meeting tomorrow. So I don't have any update as from the last meeting now. And Forestry Committee, we're just waiting for the RFPs until the deadline in early January. So we're not even gonna have a meeting tomorrow because we're just waiting for the responses of the RFPs.
Eric, what does that
Did,
mean?
what is it, the last meeting was gonna be open to the foresters to come in. Are you sure that you've got no foresters coming in?
Yeah, well, so we postponed the meeting, but Dave was still here in case anyone showed up.
Right, but you postponed the meeting, so that, you know, do those
Yeah, but
people
we
get
didn't
that?
communicate, okay, we internally postponed, but we didn't communicate it to like the foresters, but no one was showing up according to what
I
Dave
know,
has a
obviously,
list
but,
of people that have responded.
but you've got,
Yeah, no, I hear
you
you,
postponed the meeting,
yeah, yeah,
and you've gotta be, so you've gotta have the meeting.
I hear what you're saying, Dave has a response of nobody showing up for that reason, like foresters like that.
Or you get a response that nobody's showing up, but you don't get a response if they're gonna show up.
Okay.
So it's a.
Alright, I'll talk to Dave and
if
we'll
it's something
see.
we put
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there,
I'll talk to
we-
Dave and I'll see if we need to, but I talked to Dave earlier today and we agreed that we didn't need that. So that's where I left it.
Commissioners, action item review.
Just take them in order there.
Yep.
Eric,
Grudy's, I've spoken with Grudy's for the trails out of Monto. He said the third or fourth week of December was his goal. So
Okay,
that's where
good.
we're at. I think that's the only one that I have left right now.
actually, we're all working on it, to incorporate the forestry management into the budget, and we got all on there, but it's a budget committee, and all of us are sitting in on those things anyways. Integrate, banking partners with ADP, with new accounting software, again,
Yeah.
that's an ongoing,
Yeah, so I did talk to Seth about that, as he's the main person who works with our banks. So he and I will work together with, White Mountain Accounting to establish the integration between each of the bank accounts, loan accounts,
okay, yeah.
with Intuit, so.
Now, how is it that they're gonna, like, they've got the ability to look at the accounts, they don't have the ability to do anything with the accounts, correct?
So, what Intuit will do is just establish the connection between the two, so the data can flow back and forth.
Right.
They can't do anything with the data. What White Mountain Accounting will do is then look at all the accounts in QuickBooks and work there to do payables, reconciliations, and all of that stuff. So the
Okay,
first part is just technology.
Right, and I get that, but the payables, because we need to have Seth signing the checks.
Yeah,
So how,
so,
we gotta work through that.
yeah, so there are
process.
two potential workflows for that. One is using a third-party system that White Mountain Accounting uses, and I've forgotten the name of it now, but we'll learn more about that in our initial discussion. That has the ability to allow us to go in, or Seth to go in, or whoever needs to okay, and essentially do it electronically online. Or we can still have a system where we have essentially a paper manifest that is prepared and that we sign. So they can.
What
work
I'm
with-
more concerned about is the checks themselves. And
Yeah.
that's something that it's gonna be a work in progress when we go through, because
Yeah, that's
how
about,
that system's gonna work.
Yeah.
And, cause Seth has gotta be a part of that.
oh yeah,
And,
absolutely. He and I have already talked about the initial kickoff meeting that we're gonna have with White Mountain around the banking and all that.
alright, that kickoff meeting is gonna be way before we start, correct?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
well, I'm hoping it'll be this week, but
okay.
it'll be after Seth gets out of work, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already talked about it, and we'll probably do it by Zoom.
Okay.
Alright, I think the draft warrant item is
And-
next.
Evaluate software, that should have been completed and out of there, okay. Sorry about that.
That's all right, and I think the warrant article
We're
items
working.
are part of the budget committee meeting?
Yep.
Okay. Did. Alright, per diem cost of the pool.
Oh, that's way down.
Okay.
Yeah, everything else on my name is done proof of.
Okay. Alright.
Eric, did you actually give a, report on that,
The per diem?
yeah,
Yeah, like in the beginning, I calculated it out, but then I said like, well, here's the line items that we can watch over the whole summer. And we extended the pool for at least a week longer, maybe 2 weeks longer than we did the year before.
alright, so what did we come up with for per diem cost on it?
We
Do
did,
you recall?
it's impossible to actually calculate a hard number because it'd be variable based on the line items that I had given to Mike back in the day. I don't have a track of them at this point in time.
Okay, per diem would be the total cost of the pool
Yeah,
and the staff, and, it just take your total cost and divide it by the amount of, the 10 weeks that it's open,
sure. Yeah.
and that would give you a per diem.
Yeah, I guess I never went to the very end of the season to do that, but I had the line items like earmarked. in the
Okay, but
beginning.
that's something that we were looking at for next year, so we can take a look at it and see what,
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we can go back to it. I'm somewhere in my emails at this point.
okay.
Um,
Alright, and
Ping
the,
pong
ping pong table, that's a work in progress too, yeah.
Yeah, the pad has been poured. The legs are going to be done next whenever the weather's allowing for it.
Alright, the other two, my bath calculations, I am, haven't gotten to that yet, and, the water customers have completed it to the, request. Everybody's probably, or most people are probably aware that a letter went out recently, on the lead and copper ruling, thing. John and I had a meeting with the, Hazen Corporation, which is the, company that was assigned to us. They're an engineering firm, and they were assigned to us to work with us on this whole thing. We had a meeting with them today, a Zoom meeting. It was, two people from the, one person from the state and two people from Hazen. But the, Hazen is actually going away mid next year, and this is gonna be the state that we're dealing with. But it was a really good meeting, because any homes built before 1989 or built after 1989, will be exempt from this, so what we have to do.
That's more than logical.
Yeah, and, I thought it was 96, because that's some of the dates that I had, as far as, when lead was, couldn't be used anymore, but it was actually, their date is 89, so anything built after 89 is all set. Anything before that is, we're gonna have to do, but they're looking into something where we may be able to do this just from the inside of the house. They were gonna clarify that, but they felt pretty strongly that, we weren't gonna have to go out and dig up the, curb stops outside, which is huge. That's, and if that comes through like that, we're gonna be in really good shape, so.
The house I bought was built in '87, so.
I'm sorry?
The house I bought was built in '87, so that would affect my lines.
Well, that's what I brought up to them today. The house I built for my first house I put was 88. I said, so can you push it back another year? They wouldn't, though.
But what is it,
So you could just
how do
push it
we,
one
how do
more.
we check for that?
So.
That's a whole thing that we're gonna be working out, and, John and I are working on a plan to do it. It makes a lot more sense what we're doing right now. We understand the guidelines a lot better after this meeting.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna formulate a plan, to get this,
It'll probably be water testing just for your initial
Yeah.
look and see.
it's not water testing, no,
Oh.
this is just testing to make sure that there's
Tomato.
no lead
Well,
pipes
that's
in the system,
Right.
and,
And I figured if you test the water and there's lead in it,
Yeah,
that would be a good indication that you got. lead
that's
in the
not,
system.
that's not how the program works,
Oh.
and, it's specific guidelines that are
State of
coming
New
down
Hampshire.
from the,
yeah.
from
Wow,
the
no wonder.
federal government on it, and, that's the
It'd be
guidelines.
interesting to find out how they
So we'll
go
get,
about that.
continue to get more letters and, just so you know.
There will be many fewer letters, and John and I would kind of brainstorm after it, and we may have, bring in some people to help us and just go out to these, things, take the pictures, do the
That
scraping,
would be
do
helpful,
that,
yeah.
and then just so
Yeah.
we get it done. And, I haven't looked at them, I think that's gonna cut down, probably 40% of the homes, will probably be built after, 1989, I'm hoping it's in that range, but, it probably is in that range somewhere. So, there'll be more to come up with that once we formulate the plan, and we'll get it up to the district and let you know what we're doing, okay?
Do you discuss that in your water committee?
This is something, the water committee will be, aware of it, but it's something, and the water committee has been aware of this all along, we've talked about it. But this is something that, John and I will formulate the plan and, share it with the water committee, and, it's just something, I just wanna get off our plate.
Yep.
And, it's something that's a lot more doable than it was before today, before we talked to these people. So,
Well, I'm glad I'm filtering that out.
okay.
Filter all that chlorine and
Alright,
had that
old
mess.
business. Don't think you have anything more than what we've already discussed, do we?
Bill, were you trying to jump in?
What's that?
Were you trying to jump in there, or?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I'm fine.
You just, come up on the screen, so I just,
Oh, no, I've been on since you opened.
yeah, no, but it's just, your thing opened up on the screen, so,
Oh, okay. No,
alright.
So no old business, you know what we've discussed, any new business?
None for me.
Just warmer weather would be nice. Alright,
Anything on Zoom, anybody on Zoom have anything?
Yep.
Anybody on Zoom have anything?
alright,
Public?
Bill has his hand up.
Bill, go ahead.
okay, question, I received a letter about like the other homeowners as to the type of system that is in our homes,
Yep,
the piping. I sent that information in last year.
yep, and,
I took all pictures and sent it all. I have copper pipes.
yep, the,
Yep.
we were mandated to send them out, and it was just easier for John to just say, okay, fine, we're taking the whole list. We will not do that again next year, because there's a lot of people that have, come back and said, yeah, I've already sent this stuff in, and, point well taken.
Okay, so I assume you have it.
You're good, yes.
Thank you. You were gonna put out a list of the ones you needed or the ones you had or whatever. And I thought
And
was,
I actually got a list from, Hazen today on the information they got on each one of them, and I just haven't had a chance to go through it because,
understandable. Okay,
okay.
alright. So hearing no new business, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn at 6:34 PM. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Alright, stay warm, everybody.
thank you.
And
Happy, be safe and have a healthy, holiday.
you as well.
You too, thanks.
I didn't wanna ask this question during the meeting, but if people, we're still in the meeting? Okay.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't matter, it's not a bad question.
Right.
It's just a question.
Yeah.